Let me get real with you for a moment. If you're someone who finds it incredibly difficult to say no, chances are you're tired. I don't mean sleepy tired, I mean life tired. You're busy all day, moving from one thing to the next, but at the end of it all, you still feel like you're falling behind. You feel like you're running on a treadmill, putting in all this effort but not actually going anywhere. Let me tell you, that isn't a time management problem. That is a boundaries problem. And today we're going to talk about the immense, life-changing power of one small, two-letter word, no. I want to tell you about a friend of mine. We'll call him Daniel. Daniel is a genuinely good guy. He's hardworking, incredibly kind, and always helpful. If a coworker needed a hand with a project, Daniel would say yes. If his boss asked him to take on extra work over the weekend, yes. If a friend called with last-minute plans, even when he was exhausted, the answer was always yes. Naturally, people loved him for it. He was seen as reliable, dependable, the go-to person for everything. But on the inside, Daniel was running on fumes. He was completely and utterly exhausted. One evening, we were grabbing a coffee, and he said something that has stuck with me ever since. He looked at me, looking completely drained, and said, "I feel busy all the time, but my life isn't moving." He felt stuck. He was putting out fires for everyone else, but his own dreams, his own ambitions were slowly burning out. That was a light bulb moment for me. I realized that an excess of yeses, no matter how well-intentioned, can quietly and insidiously ruin your life. Here's the part nobody warns you about when you're a people pleaser. Every single yes you give away has a cost. It costs you your most valuable, non-renewable resources, your time, your energy, and your focus. The most dangerous part is that you don't feel this cost immediately. It's not like a financial transaction where you see the money leave your account. At first, saying yes feels good. You feel useful, needed, important. It gives you a little hit of validation. Wow, they really count on me. I'm such a good friend. I'm a team player. But then, slowly, a shift happens. You start pushing off that online course you wanted to take. You stop going to the gym because you're too tired. The book you wanted to write gathers dust. Your personal goals get postponed, then delayed, then eventually forgotten. And you don't even notice it happening. It's a slow erosion of your own life, one small yes at a time, until you wake up one day like my friend Daniel, feeling busy but realizing your life hasn't moved an inch. So why is saying no so incredibly difficult for so many of us? It really boils down to fear. We're scared of disappointing people. We're scared of being judged as selfish or lazy. We're scared of conflict. We're scared of losing someone's approval or affection. Most of us were raised with the conditioning to be nice, be helpful, don't rock the boat. These are taught as virtues. But what nobody taught us alongside that is a critical life lesson. You cannot live your own life to the fullest while simultaneously trying to carry the weight of everyone else's expectations and demands. For Daniel, this journey led him to hit a wall. He burned out. He became quiet, withdrawn, and just done. It wasn't some big dramatic explosion. It was a quiet implosion. He just felt empty. And it was from that place of emptiness that he decided to try something radical, something deeply uncomfortable for him. He started to say no. At first, it was terrifying. When a colleague asked him to take on a non-urgent task, he said, "I'm sorry, my plate is full right now." When friends invited him out on a night he needed to rest, he said, "I'd love to, but I need to take it easy tonight. Let's plan something for next week." He didn't offer long, convoluted explanations. He didn't make up elaborate guilt-ridden stories. He just gave simple, honest no's. And guess what happened? The world didn't end. His friends didn't abandon him. His boss didn't fire him. Sure, some people were a little surprised, but the world kept spinning. Saying no has a powerful secondary effect. It reveals the truth about your relationships. It shows you who in your life genuinely respects you and your time, and who is simply there to use you. The people who value you as a person will understand and respect your boundaries. The people who only value what you can do for them will get frustrated, maybe even push back, and eventually, they might just disappear. And yes, that part can hurt. Seeing who was only in your life for their own convenience is a painful realization. But clarity is always better than comfortable delusion. because now you know who truly has your back. You know who is a real friend, a real partner, a real supporter. Once Daniel started consistently saying no to things that weren't aligned with his priorities, something amazing happened. He had time. For the first time in years, he had empty blocks in his calendar. He had time to think, time to rest, time to just be. He started reading again. He picked up his old guitar. He started working on that side project he'd been dreaming about for years. His energy came back, not just physical energy, but a creative, mental energy. His goals suddenly felt possible again. His life didn't magically get easier, but it became intentional. He was no longer a passenger being pulled in 100 different directions. He was the driver, choosing his destination. Let's clear up a massive misconception right now. Saying no is not selfish. Do you know what's actually selfish? Saying yes to something you don't have the time or energy for, and then secretly resenting the person who asked. Saying yes and then doing a half-hearted job because you're overextended. That isn't kindness, it's a lack of integrity. Boundaries are a form of honesty. They are the clear, kind communication that tells people where you end and they begin. Strong, healthy, and successful people understand and respect this. In fact, they expect it. You don't need to be aggressive or rude to set a boundary. You don't need a 10-minute speech justifying your decision. Simplicity is key. Try these simple, respectful phrases. I appreciate you thinking of me, but I can't commit to that right now. Or, that doesn't work for me at this time. Or even a simple, I'm going to pass on that, thank you. Notice the tone. It's calm, clear, and respectful. There's no anger, no apology, no guilt. You are simply stating your reality. Here is the fundamental truth you need to understand. Your life is built not just by the things you say yes to, but by the things you protect with a firm no. Every big, important, wholehearted yes in your life, to your health, to your family, to your dream project, is guarded by 100 smaller necessary no's. The no is the gatekeeper of your yes. It protects what truly matters. So the next time someone asks you for something and you feel that familiar tightness in your chest, that feeling of obligation mixed with dread, I want you to pause. Listen to that feeling. It's your intuition telling you that you're about to give away a piece of your life that you can't get back. Sometimes, the most powerful, self-loving, and productive thing you can say is simply, no. If this message resonated with you today, hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe for more real talk and motivation that respects your intelligence. And I want you to declare this for yourself in the comments right now. My time matters. Because it absolutely does. Thank you for watching.